Well, hello there, Virgo. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing your weekly tarot reading. This is good for the week of February 6th through the 12th. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. So this is, I feel, like a week where the energies will really start to change because we just had that full moon in Leo on the 5th, and this is kind of like, I feel like that full moon was a little bit difficult emotionally. It was helping us to release things that are really holding us back from stepping into our strength. Think of Leo is, the strength card is having the courage to move forward, to seeing what is truly holding us back. And I feel like that was really coming out in the readings last week. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. And I'm telling you, last week, that energy of really kind of like, it was a little bit of tough love, taking a look at, how you were holding yourself back because, you were concerned about what other people may think. And then Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. Okay, so I love this energy. I really feel like there is this sense of, stepping into that energy of taking perhaps just a slight pause, okay? Almost giving yourself a time out so that you can really step into your power, step into your true authentic self, right? So that then when it's time to move forward, you'll be really strong in who you are. And I don't, this is, maybe just a couple of days or something. We're going to take a look at the tarot, but I feel like it's, sometimes we have to kind of disengage ourselves from external forces and really kind of, it's a little bit of that hermit energy, right? Go within, get really strong, really take a look at your core values, what you really treasure about yourself and where it is that you want to go so that you can have that clarity before you start moving forward again. Okay, so let's take a look here. We're going to go to the tarot. We're going to take a look at your present energy and then your obstacle perhaps on the during this week or an area of resistance, and then finally advice from spirit about how you can move forward through this obstacle, overcoming it. And remember, your obstacle is really kind of the lesson that you are learning this week. Okay, wow, you are you are really, look at underneath intuition and manifestation. You're really trying to almost like create a new with the regeneration. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes type of energy. It's understanding that something has been holding you back, and you could have, look at this, we have the 5 of Pentacles on the bottom, almost a sense of trying to prove yourself to other people. Once you realize, okay, I don't have to prove myself to other people, it doesn't matter. It's almost like this energy of, do those other people see you for who you truly are? Recognizing that it may never matter how much time and energy you put into trying to have this person or these people to see the true authentic self. It's kind of like you have to see you for yourself before you could ever step into that energy of convincing somebody else. Really interesting. These flipped. We're going to take a quick look at them. Yeah, Page of Wands, learning more about yourself. And then you have Queen of Pentacles and Emperor. I love the Queen of Pentacles energy because this is a little bit of your energy, Virgo, but it's really about taking good care of yourself. Recognizing that maybe in the past you were trying to become the emperor, right? Step into this powerful energy. But the truth is that you have to have that energy within yourself before you can actually be the emperor. So that's what I love about this time out. And once again, I feel like it's a very short amount of time. It's not like months. It's about stepping into that energy of, let me look closely at myself. You see the magnifying glass? Let me look closely at myself. What do I love about myself? Well, what do I love about my true authentic self? What is it I want to share with other people? Really kind of like fine tuning that, almost a sense of kind of putting yourself under the microscope a little bit, but in a good way. You're not looking for flaws, Virgo. You're looking for what you love about yourself, right? You know, so that you can be the real you. It could be that you've kind of covered up the real you for so long that it's hard for you to step into that energy of what you truly love about yourself. And Virgo, you know, you can be somebody that tends to kind of like try to be perfect, right? You can kind of like stress yourself out about trying to be perfect, maybe trying to prove yourself to other people. Yeah, because you have the Death card and the Regeneration. It's definitely ending. Okay, a mindset about who it is you're trying to please. Oh my goodness. It's about stepping into the energy of pleasing yourself instead of pleasing others. It's almost this energy of stepping into knowing just how worthy you are of whatever it is you're trying to manifest, right? And not manifesting really from a sense of trying to prove yourself to the world or specifically to a group of people, which could be like your family or a spouse or just, you know, even your co-workers. You know, it's kind of like stepping into this energy. I know who I am. I love who I am. And I'm going to love me. And shifting your energy will help to shift the energy, the perception of the other people that are around you. All right, so let's take a look at your present energy. Yeah, here you are working hard on yourself. I feel like you really are. I feel like you're in this energy of looking at what it is that you love about yourself and what it is that you want to create. Hard at work. That's all I'm going to say, Virgo. You're hard at work. But it's asking yourself, what are you working so hard for? Interesting. And then you have imagine and new supportive connections. There's this energy where you're working really hard, but you have your head down, right? Look, she has her head down, you know, working on this butterfly wing. And butterflies represent transformation. I think you're working on your own transformation, whatever that may be. And there is this energy of perhaps walking away, you know, understanding I have to walk away from people that don't see me for who I truly am. And stepping into this energy of wanting, trying to imagine and manifest new people in your life that see you for who you truly are. Okay, those people cannot come in until you see yourself for who you truly are. Whatever we are attracting is kind of a reflection of our own words and our own thinking about our work, about who we are, our true authentic self. So it's about taking, I really feel the seahorse spirit is kind of, you know, a strong message here of taking a break of perhaps trying to work so hard to please others and taking a look at why are you working so hard? I want to clarify why you're working so hard. What is it that you may be trying to prove through your work? Interesting. King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a mindset of that needs, okay, it's a mindset that if you change your mindset, okay, you will end this last cycle. There's a cycle that wants to end. You have the Ten of Swords. There's this energy that it wants to end so that you can move into something that is more abundant and fulfilling. Okay, so here's the key. Yeah, there's this energy that you are focusing very much. Now we have the King of Pentacles, focusing very much on bringing in tangible, I'm going to say tangible, okay, material things, okay? You're focusing on the money that maybe you are making with your work, right? You're kind of focusing on that. It's interesting because I can't remember. I think it was the life purpose reading that I put up yesterday, and I'll have that linked at the end of this video. So it was a similar type of energy where your focus is on the tangible instead of the intangible things that you would really and truly like. It's about asking yourself, how do you prove that you're worthy? You know, in our society, a lot of times it is we prove or we think we're worthy based on what we own, how much money we make, right? The title that we have. And now it's this huge shift. I've seen this in some of the other readings. It's this huge shift of understanding that this mentality has really been a long struggle for you, because internally, I feel like it's not that you don't want material things, Virgo, but it's about the experience of life, the fulfillment in your work, right? It's looking at things in a different light, understanding that there's no way we can measure how much time we spend on our work, right? We can measure how much money we make, but we can't measure the sense of fulfillment, the happiness, the joy that we get out of our work. And that's the problem. I feel like there's a shift in our society to asking ourselves, well, how else can I measure my work, right? It's the energy of going within and asking yourself, what are you working so hard for? If it's really just about the money, I feel like you're in this energy of, this isn't getting me where I want to go, right? I don't feel a sense of fulfillment. I don't feel joy. I don't wake up in the morning looking forward to working. Instead, it's kind of like a sense of, it is a lot of struggle, right? It's taking a long time. It's a struggle. Work is a struggle. It's about ending that mindset, because I think for some time you've been struggling with that. It's kind of like, okay, am I going to focus on what it is I truly want to create, having joy and fulfillment in your work, or am I just going to measure how much money I'm making? Yeah, it's really kind of interesting, right? Because when you think about it, how can you measure the joy and fulfillment? It's about focusing on that. I almost feel like when you focus on the joy and fulfillment, the money will also follow. It's not, I feel like sometimes in our society, it's kind of like you can have only one or the other. It's understanding you can have fulfillment and monetary, financial stability and success. But it's kind of like, if you're only focusing on the money, then if you're not focusing on having joy and fulfillment in your work, then it's kind of like you'll never have it, right? It's what we focus on is what we create. Our thoughts create our reality. Okay, so let's take a look at your obstacle. Yeah, you have a great achievement. You know, to me, there is a sense of wanting, think about this. This is, like somebody's graduated or something like that. And, when you graduate, there is that sense of accomplishment. There is that sense of, I worked really hard and I'm proud of myself. You do get a degree, you get a piece of paper. That would be the monetary thing. But there is so many other emotions that go with accomplishing something bigger than yourself, right? And I love this energy, because I feel like what you're understanding is it's not just about the piece of paper or how much money I have in the bank. There's much more to it. I want to wake up and look in the mirror and say, oh my goodness, I get to go and enjoy my day creating what it is that I want to create, helping other people, sharing my love and light with others through my gifts, my talents, my creative abilities. It's about waking up every day and knowing that you are being your true authentic self, right? And not focusing quite so much on valuing your work based on how much money you make, but instead how excited you are about going to work. Yeah, and you're recognizing, that you have kind of almost sabotaged your own happiness, because it's just the mindset of our society. It's the mindset perhaps of the family that you grew up in. It's about taking a nap, resting from that, going within, understanding, okay, how can I measure? I think is really kind of interesting. I'm going to have to think about this after this video. It's kind of like, how can I measure my sense of happiness, joy, fulfillment in my work? There's no way to actually kind of like count it, but maybe there is this sense of you're, perhaps going to stop like once an hour and reconnect to your heart space about how you are feeling about your work, about what you are accomplishing, not only for yourself, but for the world, the collective, through your work. There's almost this sense of, recapturing that sense of fulfillment within yourself. And perhaps it is about just taking stock, and not maybe just once a day or once a week. It's like taking stock, maybe even once an hour, and asking yourself, reconnecting, saying, oh my goodness, look at me. I get to, I choose to, I enjoy my work because it is bringing me a sense of fulfillment. Yeah. It really is kind of interesting because a lot of times in our society, people say, oh, what do you do? And they're immediately putting a value, right, on what you do based on how much money they think you may make. This is about, oh my gosh, this is about speaking your truth, okay, being your true authentic self when people maybe ask you, new people that you meet, these new supportive connections, what do you do about perhaps, it's like for me, I could say, oh, I'm a YouTube creator, right? And there's a certain mindset people would have about YouTube creator, the label that I would put on myself. It's kind of like stepping into this energy of how do you label yourself instead of allowing the society to label you, right? So I could say, oh, I'm a YouTube creator. Okay. I could say I'm a tarot reader, right? Or I could say, okay, that I love to share my enthusiasm for embracing the spiritual path and living your life purpose. So it's kind of like the way that you express who you are to others first comes from who you are to yourself. It's about sharing who you truly are with others by the label that you are putting on your work. Wow. I mean, that really is kind of a sense of shifting your mindset, of shifting it not from how much you may make, but really shifting it to what good you are doing in the world. Because here is, this is, a fork in the road. This is your decision. It's your decision about how you look at the way that you are moving forward. And with the Page of Pentacles, I think it's about looking at the way that you express what you are giving to the world. With the Page of Pentacles, I feel like you are the page. You could be starting a new business. Pages are about novice, newcomers, a sense of still learning, just starting the journey. Some of you may just be beginning like a spiritual business or a business that is based on your spiritual gifts, talents, creative abilities. You're just starting that journey. So instead of saying, oh, well, I'm a spiritual teacher that enjoys sharing enthusiastically the joy of living your life purpose, right? Instead, you may say, oh, I'm a YouTube creator. It's about really putting some thought into who you are and what it is that you are doing, you are creating for the world. Wow. I mean, it really is kind of an interesting twist. It doesn't necessarily change what you're doing. It changes the mindset that you are showing up with in your work and how you are showing up authentically to others. Yeah, it's about celebrating this. Yeah, you're seeing clearly now how to move forward, celebrating. Look at celebrating this new, and with the Three of Wands, as some of you may be leaving a career to begin your own business, right? That could be your decision. It's kind of like, okay, I'm never going to have a sense of fulfillment over here working at a bank, right? I'm not picking on bankers. And instead, it's kind of like, you know, I have always wanted to use my music ability, right, to help other people heal. So it's kind of like, okay, some of you, you're making a choice to start on a new adventure, sharing your love, your light, your bliss with other people. For some of you, though, if you've already made that shift, it's about shifting your mindset. When people ask you, you know, who are you? What is it that you do? What's your work? To shifting that mindset to the good that you are creating in the world instead of focusing on what people might understand. Like, people understand YouTube creator, right? But they may not understand what a spiritual teacher is or a spiritual guide. Then that takes a little bit more conversation. But I think you're celebrating that because you understand that you are also touching the hearts and connections with others when you are sharing who your true authentic self is, what your work is. Yeah, you're moving on. It's almost like this sense of, okay, now I know how to find victory in my life as I move forward. Wow. All right, Virgo, let's pull a soul truth card for you. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. So, am I focused on what I want most? Okay, so let's see what this says. One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. What you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments and prioritize? Yeah, I feel like some of you have been focusing on the money, right? But you're finding that the money is not, you know, it's nice. I'm not saying you're going to throw the money away, right? But it's kind of like when you're just focusing on the money, it's hard to feel this joy. Look at how joyful she is, right? It's hard to just feel joy. So it's what you're focusing on, what you are saying about yourself to others, what you are saying about yourself to yourself, okay, is creating, okay, your reality. So if you want more joy in your work, it's about focusing on the joy of and if you don't have it there, it's about focusing on how can I have more joy, fulfillment. Focusing on growing that. What you focus on is what you will create. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. I really do appreciate all of your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.